Champion skier Bode Miller and his wife Morgan are renewing their warning to parents about the dangers of drowning after the loss of their young daughter. According to the American Academy of Pediatrics, drowning is a top cause of death for 1 to 4-year-old children. New guidance says that swim lessons can actually help kids after the age of 1, and home pools need to be surrounded by 4-foot fencing and a locked gate. The Millers and Nicole Hughes, whose child also drowned, are teaming up with the Academy for a series of public service announcements that you'll see first on CBS This Morning. So we went to California for a behind-the-scenes look. The bond between Nicole Hughes and Morgan Miller is forged in grief. For the past year, the two mothers have leaned on each other from across the country.
We watched them. We were good, attentive parents.
As they've navigated an unthinkable journey. Morgan and her husband, Olympic skier Bode Miller, lost their daughter Emmy last June after the 19-month-old slipped out of a neighbor's house and drowned in a swimming pool. That same day, Nicole's 3-year-old son Levi also drowned after he wandered outside during a family vacation.
I'm Bode Miller, and this is my wife, Morgan.
In Southern California, the families channeled their grief into action, partnering with the American Academy of Pediatrics to alert other parents to the dangers of drowning.
My son Levi was so proud to turn 3, but he will never get the chance to turn 4. I never thought my child would drown, but I was wrong.
Drowning is the single leading cause of death in children ages 1 to 4.
We believe it should be the #1 thing parents think about when it comes to safety. As a mom, I want other parents to know how fast drowning can happen. It takes moments. You have to be vigilant, as if it's a lion waiting to snatch your child.
Dr. Ben Hoffman of the AAP says the two families are making an impact.
The courage with which they've approached this and their willingness to share has really allowed us to communicate the issue in a very different way.
Look at you look just like your sister.
While honoring the children they lost, both families are celebrating new additions. The Millers are savoring every milestone with their 7-month-old son, Easton, and the Hughes family is expecting a baby girl very soon. Very soon. Bode Miller and Nicole Hughes join us first on CBS This Morning. Good morning to you both. Nicole, what does very soon mean? Expecting a baby
a few
very
weeks.
soon.
May.
In May.
This month.
Yeah, that is
So,
very soon.
It's noticeable.
And congratulations, Bode, to you and Morgan, because you're also expecting a baby, too, coming up.
Thank you.
So congrats. But let's talk about this, because it's that time of year when parents are starting to think about swimming. You two endured one of the most painful things that a parent can go through, and you decided you're going to turn that pain into this. What do you want us to know about this new announcement?
Well, I think both of our tragedies happened not during swim time. And this time of year, it's been winter, certainly on the East Coast, but even in California, it was kind of a glum time. Not a lot of kids in the pool, and parents aren't thinking that. And, you know, kids are crafty, and they get out fast. And this whole process, I think, the terrifying part about this time of the year is you know that the kids are thinking it before the parents are. And that non-swim time, for me, I think we've hit on, you know, it happens quick, and it happens when you're not swimming. You weren't cooking, or you're, you know, and the kid's gone for that amount of time, and you're left with a lifetime of sort of regret.
And it happened so quickly, too, Nicole. I remember it stuck in my mind. You said you had started eating a brownie and you never even got a chance to finish the brownie. That's how quickly it happened.
It was so fast.
Yeah.
You know, and you think there's time, and you think that it's not going to happen to you. I mean, nobody thinks it's going to be you.
Because I'm a good parent, and I'm paying attention.
Yes, and I mean, Levi was wearing khaki shorts. He had had a bath. He was sitting on the couch, and he slipped out of a room filled with people, including both parents. And
so, what can parents do to instead of feeling sort of hunted by the fact that they always have to be watching them? You guys are helping people know what to do ahead of time.
Well, I think, you know, we've all sort of attacked this as a team. I mean, AAP has been amazing, and but there is a certain picture not having car seats, picture not having seat belts in your car. Before that, I mean, these are things that like were sort of an evolution of safety. And there's a bunch of stuff coming out right now I'm working with, and I'm excited to launch it in the market right now, that where parents can't watch a piece of water, you know, a pool all the time. It's just not realistic to think. We all would love to believe we could be there every moment. But that, I think, is the next step, is these products that, you know, coral detection systems, things that are able to monitor a pool 100% of the time, use machine learning, AI, that both of our situations would have been entirely different if we'd had this device that's on the market right now. it honestly wasn't on the market at that point, which is obviously frustrating for us. But I think we're making enough noise and there's enough need there that we're going to make these steps really quickly and hopefully, change the statistics.
There's those technological things that can happen, like you just mentioned, your new thing that you're launching, obviously the fence around the pool, those kinds of things. But then also, I know the American Academy of Pediatrics also has some guidelines about swim lessons, and I know we visited you out there to watch you with your son doing some swim lessons. When does that start? How early can you start? What can you do?
Levi, there were 0 layers of protection. I mean, there wasn't a 4-sided fence. There was a momentary lapse when I turned to close a bag of Cheetos, and he got away, and he didn't know how to save himself in the water. And the survival swim lessons did focus on water competency. I mean, that's since Emmy and Levi both didn't drown at our houses, like the survival swim lessons are a skill we can bring, with us somewhere else.
I think that's moving the AAP moving as quickly as they did and as decisively to move the age limit was, I think it was what, 4? It was 4 before. Yeah. To move that so decisively down to 1-year-old, and I think our 6-month-old, Jesus, our 6-month-old is learning now and floated for his first time, which I think is really, it gives us that peace of mind.
And Nicole, the PSA you did also focuses on pediatricians.
Yes. I mean, I think that is, of course, we trust and love our pediatricians so much, and the AAP has such a powerful platform that for them to be able to say, hey, let's talk to parents and really emphasize this as much as we are emphasizing car wrecks. I mean, drowning is just as deadly and just as preventable as car accidents and as, these illnesses. So if we could just approach it with that same urgency and that same, it is 100% preventable. You can keep your child alive.
They always say that there's always a silver lining to a tragedy. To me, there's no silver lining when you lose a child. What is the best way we can look at this, Bode, how the two of you have managed to move forward? What is your message here?
Yeah, I mean, I think, I agree with you. There's no silver lining here. But you keep going. I think for both of our families, there was really no alternative. This was something that, look, we have other kids that depend on us. We have stuff. And while you continue to suffer, being able to direct your sort of suffering into productive things is helpful. You can't hide. I mean, I think all of us would love to have just hid and but that process of being out there and trying to make a difference, I think it does. It gives you a sense of community. I mean, we're doing it for other people really at this point, but it's also not to say that it couldn't happen to us again, which is a horrifying thought. But, you have to make these changes and you have to really be vigilant. And I think that's, ultimately it's a responsibility as a human being, but it's a tough one sometimes to take on.
We're grateful.
Yes.
Honestly, all parents are grateful because we need these reminders and everybody needs help. It's a community that raises children. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, Bode, Nicole. Always thinking of you and your families. To see more of the PSAs and to find the American Academy of Pediatrics advice on how to prevent drowning, go to our website, cbsthismorning.com.